All right, what's going on, guys? Without further ado, let's get just straight into the weekly recap and the predictions. So, all right, we look on the daily. We had the massive sell-off coming in Sunday and Monday, and Tuesday actually. So this is when Trump had announced that he was going to do those 200% tariffs on EU as well as take over Greenland. So that just completely shocked the market. We see that on the S&P and Nasdaq. Right, we also see DXY, the dollar index. This just came completely crashing down as well on that Sunday, Monday. Matter of fact, still is. I mean, you could see it's been overall, right, for a long time. So it's looking like we could, we take these lows, maybe we'll retrace a little bit, but also right down here, hitting the lowest it's been, I mean, in a freaking long time, right, damn near since COVID. And then we also, we could see here, US dollar since Monday has been going down, and then things like New Zealand, Euro, GBP have been going up, right? But we're here to talk about futures, right, ES and NASDAQ. So we saw Wednesday, towards the middle of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, started coming up a bit, right? Obviously, if you saw my video, we had Thursday, we cut this short right here. So that was a nice little sell-off. And then we kind of overall started consolidating a bit after that drop. So the rest of Thursday as well as Friday in the aftermarket, we kind of consolidated, right? I didn't trade Friday if you're in the Discord, right? And then also I didn't post a video. But didn't trade because I didn't know if we were going to want to take out this previous day low as well as this previous day low here on ES. Previous day low, equal lows, sell side liquidity, kind of all those things. But then we also had relative equal highs, buy side liquidity, and previous day highs. So I knew we were going to take one of them out. I just, unfortunately, there was just no clear entry. I kind of figured, right, when we were holding this, what is it called? Right, we didn't create a lower low here, nor did we here. We tried to, but we didn't. We were kind of holding some bullish structure on the lower time frame. So I could have went long, but again, like the market kind of, right, on NASDAQ, we took out these 15-minute highs and 5-minute highs and then closed below. Same thing on ES, actually creating an SMT because we didn't. Okay, but then we had this huge candle at the 645. Same thing here. So I was just like, you know what, like, screw it. I'm not. Again, there was no clear entry. At that point, I was like, yes, we're going up, but I didn't want to enter too late. Or just, there was a big candle that stopped me out. So I was just like, you know what, screw it. However, on the second half of the day, right, that last 4-hour candle, which you could see here, we originally came crashing down at 11 and then rebalanced back up to the buy side liquidity. So we came down, right, and then started coming back up. As you can see here, I came down a bit, started coming back up. NASDAQ, not so much. But then we ended the day, right, really coming down, right? You could see here. So see how the 4-hour ended. Okay, so that's pretty much like just what I was saying, where we wanted to take either buy side or sell side, either previous day high or previous day low. So we had taken right here buy side liquidity on ES. And then on NQ, not only do we take buy side liquidity, we took out the previous day high by a lot. And then obviously we started reversing down. We did close above it with a big candle. However, if you look at the 15-minute, we started breaking structure to the downside. So we didn't get displacement through it. Will we probably end up hitting these highs? Yes. But that's the weekly recap, right? In terms of weekly predictions, if I open this up, right, we see... let me switch it. You guys cannot see that. If I go to here... Okay, perfect. So if we see here, right, mainly this is the biggest thing that I'm seeing. So basically Trump had threatened on Saturday, which was yesterday, because I'm filming this on Sunday, right here. So threatened 100% tariffs on Canada, having to do with the whole China trade. Canada wants, the Prime Minister wants Canada to be the drop-off point. Trump doesn't want that, so he's threatening with tariffs. Is he going to actually pass something and do it? Probably not. We've seen him repeatedly use it as threats in the past and calling people's bluff. So we'll see what happens with that. Right, so what does that mean? Between that news, right, and the fact that we took out buy side liquidity, previous day high, 4-hour fair value gaps, right, didn't get displacement up, right, we got huge displacement down, got right 4 hour, big 4 hour wick, both ES and NQ. So right, all that buy side liquidity taking up top, mixed with all that news that's happening. We also have FOMC Wednesday, CPI, unemployment Thursday, Friday. So huge mid to end of the week. But we left Thursday's previous day lows here, as well as all this sell side liquidity. So we got right equal lows 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, equal lows. Here we have right all these hourly lows, 4 hourly lows, and on top of that again previous day lows. So we have all this sell side. So we just completely took out buy side liquidity, previous day highs, 4 hour fair value gaps. Now we have something that usually drops the market. What is that? That's Trump announcing his tariffs. Okay, and then we have clear draws on the downside. Right, coming down here, huge areas liquidity, equal lows, etc. So I'm predicting, right, when the market opens today at 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific, I'm expecting us to get this continuation on this drop to at least all the sell side liquidity and these equal lows, right, both on NQ and ES. However, depending on what he does with those tariffs, I'd like to see us come even lower to fill this fair value gap here, these fair value gaps, these hourly fair value gaps, and then kind of rebalance to at least EQ of this range, which would be in that fair value gap, right? What you can see here beautifully, EQ of the range. Okay, and then come Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, depending on FOMC, how that meeting goes in the statements, as well as CPI and PPI and unemployment, that could continue to take out all this liquidity, EQ with all those good news, take us back to all of these highs, because we still are going to have a lot of highs right here, right? Like a lot of people wanted to go long, think we'll take out this, right? A lot of people were still longing after this. Maybe this came and pulled back. They wanted to go long, right? But obviously it didn't happen. So we'll see. My weekly prediction is that we're going to take this out on NQ and ES at least. If not, and this is going to really depend on the fundamental analysis, the news, and what happens. If not, after that, come to this 1 hour fair value gap, hit EQ before reversing back up. Again, depending on news, you guys cannot just always look at the technicals. I know a lot of you do that. Oh, it took a high, so it's in reverse. Or, oh, it's break a structure. Yeah, but it's like, are we overall in an uptrend, downtrend? What's going on with the economy right now? The fundamental analysis. Like, look at the news. That's what actually drives this. It isn't some kind of... Right, yes, a decent amount of it is some algorithm that takes a low, goes up, right, fair value gap, this and that. But it's also like, they don't just, these companies with hundreds of $1 million, these hedge funds, these investment banks, they don't just set a thing and say, all right, it's going to just buy, sell based on this. It's going to hunt stop losses. Let's just leave it. I mean, why would they need to hire all these intelligent investment bankers and hedge funds managers if they just have all these algorithms doing it, right? That doesn't make sense. They would just have the AI and algorithm run it, save themselves the money and the labor and the time of hiring these people. No, it actually has to do with, what's going on with the world. That's why you see when news events get released, the market shoots up or down. The algorithm or the AI isn't going to know, like, oh, Trump said this, so let me, put 200 million of JP Morgan's portfolio into this and go and pump it up. Like, it's like, no, that's not how it works. Maybe intraday, here, little movements here and there is algorithm, but overall, direction, daily bias, and where it's going to head, uptrend, downtrend, a lot of that is news, guys, and economics that you guys really need to understand. And a lot of traders just don't really talk about that. I'll be, oh, why did I lose today? It took the fair value gap. The inverse fair value gap on the 1 minute, right? We're going up on the 1 minute, but freaking on the 4 hour, 1 hour daily, we're freaking going up. The economy is booming. This and that just got released. But the 1 minute broke structure down. It's like, no. Like, I'm sorry, that's not how it works. That's maybe going to work on your little scalping from time to time, but that's just not overall what trading is or how trading works. Or at least, sorry, this is the stock market, what drives it to move it up and down. It's just based on the economy and things like that. So it's like 50-50 algorithm as well as news and economy, inflation, things like that. Especially when it comes to Forex. Forex is very driven by trends and what's going on with the economy, politics, geopolitical things of that sort. Whereas, yes, things like futures and stocks could be a little bit more driven, and crypto could be a little more driven by the technicals and algorithms. But still, overall, the market is based on companies and the country's performance, inflation, economy, things like that, just as much, if not more, um, as more as it is with the technicals. So yeah.